Mr. Needham, you'll have to forgive me, I'm the Dodge guy in the room. And that was my first stunt double with Mr. Needham. My name's Travis Bell, I'm from Indianapolis, Indiana. I'm friends with a lot of the Pontiac guys here too, because I do own a Firebird also. And I have been on their Bandit run, they allowed me to be. But I also own a 1978 Dodge Sportsman ambulance called the Transcon Medevac that you had a lot to do with a doctor named Lyle Royer and a co-driver named Brock Yates and a paramedic or a patient named Pam Yates. And back in 1978, if you all know, the Cannonball Run would be #1 in the box office 30 years ago today.
Wow.
And this was the plate that it drove across the country on. And you guys had to fub the sticker to get it across the country. That is the 1976 Michigan license plate that you drove across the country. All right. And that ambulance was built by Bill Mitchell with an engine by Dick Landy. And it drove 30 or 40 feet and then wouldn't start again for a while.
Yeah, that was supposed to start, it wouldn't start our our start time came and went, but we finally got it working. There was a guy having dinner there, and he was a mechanic, and he said, I can fix that. And I said, I'll pay for your dinner, and everybody in here just get out there and make that damn thing run.
Right. This morning in Indianapolis, I attempted to start it.
Yeah?
And it wouldn't start again. So apparently, what you did is you drove it across the country, and it died in the Palm Desert. And then you had it
No,
towed.
it didn't die, the
Transmission died in the Palm Desert. You had it towed to the Portofino Inn.
Right.
And then the other competitors in the Cannonball Run wrote little scripts and whatever notes about their experiences in which you and Brock Yates turned into the movie, The Cannonball Run.
Right.
You needed an ambulance.
Right.
You had one. You used the Transcon Medevac that you had.
Well, I made an ambulance out of it.
Right. So then,
I didn't own that. I bought that van and had it converted to an ambulance.
because it is factory Spinnaker white and Dodge Sunrise orange.
Yeah.
And big engine, everything else. From that point, you used it for Stanton Barrett's run for a support vehicle. And then did you donate it to the NASCAR Women's Wives Auxiliary?
No, it was the NASCAR preacher religious, whatever it is.
So somebody in North Carolina owns a hot-ass ambulance that Mr. Needham donated to charity. And what we did is we replicated the ambulance, and the damn thing wouldn't start this morning, or it'd be out there in the parking lot. But this is why we look like this. If you hold this for a second.
Oh my God.
That jacket.
Oh my God.
And Brock Yates wore that jacket.
Yeah.
All right.
And I tell you what, they were good enough fool the highway patrol in
You
Pennsylvania.
might tell me. And here's the glove box store, and Mr. Yates has already autographed it, so next day we might have you do this.
I don't see why not.
I appreciate
All right,
it.
thank you. We're all for smoking, but let me go to this kind of funny story. I met Brock Yates, and he was a writer for car magazine thing. He also announced for CBS races, NASCAR races. When I had my NASCAR race team, the Skull Bandit, my driver Harry Gant and everything, I met him. And he told me about this crazy race they had called the Cannonball Run. I said, damn, Brock. He said,
Don't curse.
huh?
Don't curse. I said, honey, don't curse. I'm his wife.
I'm prepared to play the shivery way. Thanks, honey. Anyway, he told me about it. I said, boy, Brock, I said, that'd make a hell of a movie. I said, I tell you what, next time you run it, why don't you and I drive it in the race? We'll give everybody a tape recorder and pencil paper. We'll take all those notes. You write a script and I'll make a movie out of it. He said, okay. So then the next thing was what to drive. Well, we agreed that an ambulance with the red lights and things would may deter the highway patrol a little bit. So that's what we did. We said, well, we need a patient. So Brock's wife, Pam, volunteered for that. I was drinking in a bar in LA in Sunset, and I saw my friends over the plant. I said, all I need is a doctor. The voice said, count me in. I looked behind me, there's some young doctor there from UCLA. I thought, this guy has no idea. Anyway, we got the start line, and we finally got started and all this. And by the way, those license plates didn't belong to that car.
That's right.
I don't know where they came from, they just stuck them on. Everything else is illegal, why worry about the license plate? But anyway, we're going through Pennsylvania. And that car, that ambulance would run 150 miles an hour, because I tested a lot going out there. And we're smoking along about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and I look way back in the mirror, and I see a light. I said, Brock, I believe we got some company. He said, slow her down. So I got down to about 80, and they caught us. Turned the lights on, and came over. And, did anybody see Cannonball Run? I went through all the things that happened, but what happened to Don and Bert when the highway patrol stopped them? That's almost verbatim what happened to us. The cop said, you're going where? We said, California. Said, why didn't you fire? She couldn't, you got a lung disease, had to, why didn't you fly? Said she had to stay on the ground. Said, matter of fact, we couldn't even take the northern route, we had to go south and all that. You know, when we put the ambulance in there, we said, I think it'll intimidate them a little bit. Because we had a patient, had an IV in the arm, and oxygen on there on the gurney and all this stuff, and had a crazy doctor with us. So we thought that would deter them a little bit. And it did, because we told them, we said, hell, we can't fly her, can't have to go to the south. They were afraid to take her to jail, or us to jail. If something happened to her, they'd be responsible. They said, all right, go ahead, but turn those damn lights off. And I said, I always run without these turn them off. I said, okay, I'll turn them off. But that's the only time we got stopped. One time we were going through Kansas. Yeah, Kansas, I believe, or Missouri, I don't know. Anyway, it was Sunday afternoon. And we had a CB, of course, and I could hear the chatter on the CB. There was a rodeo letting out. So I got on the CB and I said, all you people out there, CBers, I said, this is a meat wagon. We're coming through on the highway and such, and we'll, so watch out for us. A voice comes on and said, meat wagon, this is officer somebody. And he said, you just come on through here, son. He said, I got you covered. We got there, traffic all stopped, stood out there going like this. We smoked through there, I got on the other side of town, I think we hit the road on our way. We had a lot of fun with that. Okay, that's all